Hey everyone, my name is Riley and you're watching Architecture. In this episode, we're going to build Stormbreaker from Avengers Infinity War. Let's do it. Okay, so the first step here is going to be putting on these sides and the hammer connector on the back. Make sure those two green flaps are folded in, and be careful when you're putting on this top piece because it will kind of push off the front pieces. Just hold those on. And when you're connecting these, make sure you do one side at a time like I'm doing here. If you put both of the hinges on at the same time, it'll kind of bend the inside and it won't work right. So these two pieces at the top actually aren't connected, so don't worry about that, but they will be in your instructions as well. As will everything in this video, of course. And then this is just the back of the hammer. It was super simple. Basically, I just had to build a box with some wedge plates and stuff, but it was really fun, you know. So we're going to build two sides of that and then connect them together, and we'll reinforce it in just a sec here. So we're going to connect it together, and just make sure you do the front first, and this is the front here, and then it'll give you more space to connect it in the back. If you do the back first, it won't work out very well. So you got that there. Now we're going to use this 2x2, I think they're called inverted tiles that are like rounded. So we're going to use a couple of those in there, and you know, that'll reinforce it and restable it or whatever. Sturdy. This is kind of the tricky part. You're going to have to grab yourself like a small screwdriver or a knife, and be careful if you're using a knife. But you're going to pry those little clips up, and they're going to connect to the brackets, so you're going to have to use some to pull. And that's why I designed with two pieces these little things. These are in your instructions too. It's just a Technic pin on a Technic brick, so just pull those towards you and just be careful it doesn't fall. But now we're going to connect the back of the hammer, so put in that little piece there, and then connect the white piece in the middle of the jumper plates there, and the two green pieces on the side, push those onto the brackets, and then we're going to connect the hammer. Make sure those bricks that are one wide are vertical and not horizontal, otherwise the jumper plates will not connect. So if you're having trouble with that, that's why. So put the back of the handle on, pretty simple, and then just make sure you're holding on to the front when you put that on. It can be sort of annoying. And be super gentle when you're attaching the axe head, because it's not reinforced yet, but we're going to do that right now with these simple pieces, also in your instructions. Don't worry guys, everything in here is in the instruction manual, except for the rope, which I'll show you to do. We're going to put on these design pieces now on the sides, and there's a little groove in the top those fit into. But just push it down gently, and then we're going to put on this little horn piece on the top, and that's pretty much all we need to do for that. Now we just got to build the ropes. Hey guys, I'd like to make an announcement. Starting with Stormbreaker here, I am now selling custom Lego instructions on my Architecture website. In these instructions, you'll be able to see step by step of how I put together the sections that I'll be making Stormbreaker out of in this video. So you could simply watch the video and see how I make it, or you can get an in-depth tour of how this is put together by buying the instructions. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. Thanks. So for the ropes, I have all the pieces laid out in the order you should string them, and there's going to be two sets of that. So I have these lengths of string, I'll show you in just a minute. One is going to be 18 inches and the other 15 inches, so you need to grab those. And then you're going to tie a small, simple knot, but just tie 3 of them over each other. That way it makes a bigger knot. That'll just help so the little gray piece we're about to put on, this is just a lever at bottom, that won't fall off. And trim the end below the gray piece. That way you can stick it on the studs and stuff. But now we're going to thread these round pieces in the order that is shown. And at the end of this, I'm just going to clamp it together with 2 of these 1x2 plates and a slope on that one. And on this one, I'm going to clamp it together as well, but I'm going to sort of pinch it between those. So pretty simple. And you can really connect these either way you want, you know. You can just kind of find a way that works for you, but I've chosen to do it like this. It's a little complicated, so I won't show that, but yeah, connect them how you want, just wrap them around the top, and then it'll be pretty sturdy, and you can swing it around. I just be careful, don't swing it around too hard, because it has broken once on me, and I was just swinging it a little too fast, but I will show you the appropriate way to swing it here.